Good evening. Sorry about the delay. Closed session ran longer than we had planned. We are at call to order. I'd like to call this meeting to order and welcome all of our guests. I don't see anybody I recognize. The young lady with the black sweatshirt gets to lead us, that one right there gets to lead us in the...
You need to make a statement, Mike.
I do. I was waiting for that phone call.
Hello.
All right, hi.
We're getting ready to do the pledge.
One moment. Mrs. Reagans is not present this evening as she is out of town, but will be participating in the meeting via a conference line that we set up here in the boardroom. This is Mrs. Reagans. Not completely uncommon. We do it from time to time so we can let everybody participate in the meeting. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. I'm sorry?
Paige Hayward.
Paige. Paige, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Please come up to the podium.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Mr. Lipsy had supreme confidence in your ability to do that, so.
Better believe it. Go Wildcats.
I'd like a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, report out of closed session. We have nothing to report.
No, you have a report out of closed session.
Oh, no, that's right, we do. I'm sorry. Yes, we do. The Board of Education, at its meeting of May 7th, 2018, in closed session, voted unanimously to rescind the release notices served to certified employee case number 01-17/18 prior to March 15th, 2018, and accept the employee's resignation letter effective at the conclusion of the 2017-2018 school year. The Board of Education at its meeting of May 7th, 2018, in closed session, voted unanimously to rescind the release notice served to certified employee case number 04-17/18 prior to March 15th, and accept the employee's resignation effective at the conclusion of the 17-18 school year. And that's what I have to read out of closed session.
One more.
The middle one.
Ah,
The middle one.
You missed the middle one. Do you have the middle one?
I actually have two.
Two middle ones.
Yeah, you read the first and third.
You didn't read that one.
Very good. I have two of them. It's not my fault. The Board of Education at its meeting on May 7, 2018, in closed session, voted unanimously to rescind the release notice served to certificated employee case number 03-17/18 prior to March 15, 2018, and accept the employee's resignation letter effective to the conclusion of the 2017-2018 school year. That's all three of them. That is closed session. Staff presentation and information, report of our student representative.
Okay, so it's testing month at Torrance High. We have AP testing for the next 2 weeks, and after that we also have our Smarter Balance testing. This week was the start of our Teacher Appreciation Week, so they were treated breakfast before school. And then coming up, we have our talent show on May 9th, which is this Wednesday, our fashion show on May 16th. We have our annual slam poetry on May 17th, achievement awards on May 23rd, and we also have class council elections on May 25th.
All right. You were so fast. The good news, student representation from Fern Elementary and Madrona Middle School. Let's start with Dr. Kim.
Thank you, President Wormers. It's my pleasure to introduce one of our student leaders from one of our great elementary schools, Fern Elementary, Caitlin Kwok. Can you please come on up? Let's give her a round of applause, everybody. Joining Caitlin tonight is the principal of Fern Elementary School, Mrs. Mabry. Please tell us what's happening at Fern.
Good evening, President Wormers, board members, Dr. Mannon, and cabinet members. Hello, my name is Caitlin Kwok. I am a 5th grader at Fern Elementary. Fern has a lot of different activities before, during, and after school. For example, track, band, and gate are only a few activities that Fern offers. One of my favorite activities I like to participate in is Kids Care Crew. Kids Care Crew is composed of 4th and 5th graders who volunteer to help our school. Kids Care Crew help with our store rewards program and model expected behavior such as being scholarly, on time, accountable, respectful, and responsible. Every morning, Kids Care Crew members welcome and help walk students in kinder and first graders to their classroom. We also plan events and send cards to veterans and children in the hospital to cheer them up. An event we organized at the beginning of the school year was Mix It Up Day. Mix It Up Day is when Kids Care Crew members play groups and conversations to make new friends during lunch. This is important because it allows new students to make new friends and returning students to make other friends, so no one feels left out or alone. The most important thing to me about Kids Care Crew is that we care about each other and try to help out in any way we can. Thank you for allowing me to share some of the reasons why we saw at Fern. Go Pumpkins!
Very nice. Very nice. Dr. Ducal?
Thank you. Good evening. I would like to welcome up Paige Hayward and Jackie Racino from Madrona Middle School, and joining them is our proud principal, Mr. Chris Lipsy.
Hello, staff and parents. My name is Jackie Racinos, and I'm currently an 8th grader at Madrona Middle School. A few weeks ago, ASB helped put together a fun college week for the students. Each day was filled with different enjoyable activities, all made to inspire students to start thinking about college and their future. All week there were different games during lunch, a college fight song played every morning, and different trivia questions asked during announcements. The students had the chance to log into their TUSD accounts and input their answers. If they were correct, they received a ticket to enter into the raffle. Students also received a ticket each day that they were college gear. All these tickets were entered into a raffle where students could win different prizes that different colleges had donated to our school. Many teachers also participated in the college fund by decorating their doors by which college they attended. ASB also made a pennant for each teacher that they could hang outside their classroom. At the end of the week, some ASB members went around the school judging each teacher's door. The top 3 drawers also received prizes. In the middle of the week, we made a big poster that we hung in one of the hallways. It read, "I pledge to go to college." All the students that walked by could sign their name, making a promise to go to college. Finally, at the end of the week, there was an assembly for the entire school. 6th and 7th were together on the field where they got to meet with a panel of college graduates to hear about their experience and ask any questions they had. 8th graders in the cafeteria with members of the Torrance High ASB. They spoke to us about their high school experiences and gave us 8th graders advice. Overall, it was a fun-packed week that inspired all the students. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Paige Hayward, and I'm in 7th grade at Madrona Middle School. About 3 weeks ago, we had our Drug and Alcohol Awareness Week. The week was dedicated to drug and alcohol education. The program was designed to keep the students engaged and interested. Each day at lunch, we were provided with important facts on the effects of and the problems associated with drug and alcohol use. There were also games for the students to play and the sponsors at lunch, and the sponsors were friendly and energetic. Members of ASB, like myself, were responsible for assisting the week. We helped to think of games to play, made posters, and demonstrated how to play the various games. The games focused on critical thinking, physical activity, and teamwork. Prizes included Otter Pops and other fun food, which inspired everyone to participate. On the last day of the week, there was an egg hunt. The eggs either contained candy or a drug and alcohol question. Students could keep the candy, and if they answered the questions correctly, they got 2 Otter Pops. There was also a raffle for giant Lego sets, which the students loved. This was a fun and delicious way to continue to learn about such an important subject. The week was positive, productive, and informative and fun. I am proud that my school got to be involved and that I personally got to help. It was nice that my Madrona students worked together as a team to make the week such a success. I hope to be involved again next year. Thank you.
I always love the look of relief when it's finally over. All right, we're moving on to public hearing portion of the menu, 9.0. 9.1, I have something I need to read, so bear with me. The CSEA Chapter 19 initial proposal for the 2018-2019 was submitted at the regular meeting of the Board of Education held on April 23, 2018. Copies of the proposal have been available in the city libraries and the Human Resources Department for review by the public. A public hearing will be held on the CSEA Chapter 19 initial proposal for the 2018-2019 at this time. Is there any public comment related to the CSEA Chapter 19 initial proposal for 2018? Okay, nobody seems to be coming forward. The Board of Education looks forward to the continuation of a cooperative good faith contract negotiations with CSEA Chapter 19. The Board's initial response to refer to CSEA Chapter 19 initial proposal of 2018 and to the Board's representative for negotiations. That's item 9.1. Item 9.2 is going to sound really similar. The Torrance Unified School District initial proposal to CSEA Chapter 19 for the 2018-2019 was submitted at the regular meeting of the Board of Education held on April 23, 2018. Copies of the proposal have been available in the city libraries and the Human Resources Department for review by the public. A public hearing will be held on the Torrance Unified School District initial proposal to CSEA Chapter 19 for the 2018-2019 at this time. Is there any public comment related to the Torrance Unified School District initial proposal for 2018-2019? Seeing none, the Board of Education looks forward to a continuation of cooperative good faith contract negotiations with CSEA Chapter 19. The Board's initial response is to refer to the Torrance Unified School District initial proposal to CSEA Chapter 19 for the 2018-2019 to the Board's representative for negotiations. And people think we don't have fun at board meetings. Moving right along, we are now in the oral communications portions of our meeting. If you have not given me a yellow card, you won't be able to speak. Anybody who wants to speak needs to give me a yellow card. Everyone downstairs hear that as well? Everyone in the other room hear that as well. Give me a yellow card. I'm going to read this little introduction as we always do, and then what I'll do is call the name and the person who's on deck. We all get 3 minutes to speak. So here we go. 10.1, the Board of Education welcomes input from the public. In order to discuss district business in an orderly manner for the privacy and safety of speakers and to help staff respond more directly, the board policies require that public presentations to the board comply with certain procedures, including speakers to non-agenda items may address only items that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. Time allotted for such presentations is limited to 3 minutes. Total time allotted for public input on non-agenda items is limited to 30 minutes. A speaker may not relinquish his or her time to another. When addressing the board, the speakers are requested to state their name, address the president from the podium, and adhere to the applicable time limits. Complaints against employees or students will normally be heard in closed session, and the district's complaint procedure should be followed before discussion with the board. The board may remove disruptive individuals and order the room cleared if necessary. Any person who willfully disturbs any public school meeting is guilty of a misdemeanor, Education Code 32210. I will lead off with Paul Pribella, followed by Kelly Hammond.
Hello, Board. I'm here today. We just finished up the 7-11 meetings in regards to the Hamilton School site. I'm here to say to everybody here and the Board how disappointed I am with the proceedings that basically were over the last few months. I'm not here to ask you not to sell Hamilton School District because I don't think that you care. The way that I saw the members that were basically hand-selected to be on that committee act, what they said, some of the comments that were made during the proceedings, for example, yeah, maybe we need to sacrifice Hamilton for the betterment of Torrance Unified School District, sacrifice thousands for a few hundred, maybe to fund a program with a new pool. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure where things went wrong. The lack of information provided from this board to the public. We had hundreds of people there at the 7-11 meetings expressing how important that school site was. That board, in one ear, out the other. That was embarrassing. I had said before I felt that as hand-selected puppets that were put there, they confirmed that. This board was elected by the citizens of Torrance to serve us, but I think something's amiss. Something went wrong, because I don't feel that anybody's listening to the community saying how important that facility is. School-wise, the baseball fields, the softball fields, all that. I congratulate you. You guys won round 1 in a 15-round fight. There's still a lot more to go. But I will tell you this, that school site and that property is zoned public use. So unless you have an investor that's willing to give you $35 million to build a park, good luck, because I don't think that's a good return on investment. And that's a fight that you guys will still have to go through. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Hammond, and I am a kindergarten teacher at Hickory Elementary. There is a rumor going around. The rumor is that the school board and the district thinks that TTA does not really speak for the teachers, that TTA speaks only for a few outliers. We're here to help clarify this rumor. We're here to read and show the letter that was penned by us to our administrators, Edna Schumacher and Maggie Mayberry. On April 25th, 2018, Dear Edna and Maggie, we would like to reach out to you so that you will better understand our position. We greatly appreciate the many ways you support us. We hope you understand that this is not an attack on you personally or professionally, but a step we feel is necessary in sending a message of solidarity and strength to the district. As you probably know, there is a growing disconnect between the district and the 1,250-plus members of the TTA. The district has been placing many demands upon teachers in the form of new programs, time away from students, relentless collection of data, and regimented scheduling, all while we work without a contract. Teachers at this site and throughout the district have been experiencing varying levels of fatigue, stress, and frustration as we realize it is impossible to meet all these demands within the confines of our school day. The heart of our work as teachers is time spent with our students between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3:12 p.m. So that is when we have decided we must concentrate our energies at this time. In order to accomplish this goal, effective immediately, we will not be participating in the Hickory Spring Festival in the following ways. We will not be providing baked goods and/or hosting the cakewalk to supplement monies. We will not be recruiting parents or supplies in order to auction baskets to fundraise money to supplement monies in the general ed funds. This is a painful decision as we love our Hickory students and families and truly want what is best for them. We feel this line of action is an immediate and effective way to improve our working conditions. We are sincerely hoping that these families and likewise you administrators will understand our position and join us in sending this message of solidarity to the Torrance School Board. We welcome continued dialogue and collaboration with you at our next staff meeting. Thank you, your Hickory Elementary School teachers. This letter was signed and presented to our admin last week, and we penned a letter similar to our PTA board in order to raise awareness. They are here tonight to show their support for us. You see, you have underestimated TTA and what they have been struggling to get you to understand the last couple of years. It's time for you to wake up. We are the T in PTA. Our parents support us just as we support them. Wake up. They fight with us, not against us. Our parents trust us. They trust us with their most precious gift to this world. Wake up. These parents buy million-dollar homes to send their children to Torrance schools, not because the school board is so awesome, or because Mannon is the superintendent, or because of Tim Stowe or Katie Crumpy or any of you sitting in front of us. Parents send their children to Torrance schools because of the reputation of the teachers and the parents that support them. Wake up. How many does it take? How many teachers, parents, and students need to speak out? Wake up. How many times will the fire marshal need to come out? Wake up. Deb Bush, Teresa Brown, and Julie Schenkel, they don't speak for us. They are us. We are the same. We are unified. We are one. We are TTA.
We're
Thank you.
almost out of time. Thank you.
Can I give you a copy?
Sure. Never got to see one. I'd love to see one. Thank you. Julie Schenkel, followed by Sarah.
Good evening, members of the board. I'm Julie Schenkel, and I teach sophomore and senior English at North High School. And first off, I want to wish my seniors good luck on their AP exams this week and next week, and also good luck to my sophomores who are starting their research projects this week. But my main reason for coming tonight is to send a special thanks to my colleagues at North and across the district. Today started Teacher Appreciation Week, and I want them to know how much I appreciate everything they do. Thank you for having faith in me and helping me to always do better and be better. Dear colleagues, thank you for caring so much about our students. As exemplified last Friday, at our North High School, Human Rights Ambassadors coordinated a joint teacher and student luncheon. We filled the quad with sunshine and had great food and conversation with our students. Thank you, colleagues, for sharing so much as we continually develop, write, and rewrite curriculum and assessments, and as we bust our bums to ensure that every student learns. Thank you so much to my colleagues for going above and beyond and working with students outside the class day by supervising events, coaching sports, hosting receptions, and the plethora of other duties that are heaped on our plates that we perform on a daily basis. Dear counselors, nurses, speech pathologists, psychologists, deans of students, thank you all for that you support us every day in the classroom as we work with our students. Dear colleagues, I especially look forward to seeing you this Wednesday at Keegan's on the California Day of the Teacher as we celebrate what we do because we love what we do with our kids every day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. Today, the North Torrance Neighborhood Alliance pushed out the following press release that I'd like to share with the public today. Hamilton Adult Education Center, which is owned by TUSD, is currently under the surplus property process. TUSD created a 7-Eleven committee, which is required under California Education Code, to advise the school board on whether or not to sell or lease the recommended selling the site as surplus property. On April 25th, the TUSD appointed surplus committee approved in a 6-2 vote that this property should be considered surplus. Surplus committee will soon make the recommendation to the school board, and North Torrance will be there. The board will ultimately decide if they will sell or lease the property to developers as the district is in need of funding. North Torrance Little League and Girls Softball League will potentially be removed from this site. There is no designated relocation plan for the leagues other than verbal commitment from the district that they will relocate us to existing TUSD properties in North Torrance. We need a real plan. Over 400 children will be without baseball and softball fields. The relocation of these fields also impacts North Torrance students at school sites where the fields will be relocated to, and other sports organizations to utilize these fields daily for practice. We will have a green space crisis in our community. North Torrance Girls Softball and North Torrance Little League have been housed at Hamilton since 1974. These leagues have maintained, operated, and managed the fields. North Torrance has already been identified by LA County Parks as in need assessment as a neighborhood that is in high need of parks. We need more green space, not less. We will hold a candidates forum on Thursday, May 10th for City Council and Mayor. Please visit ntneighborhoodalliance.org for more information. The North Torrance Neighborhood Alliance is actively engaged in advocating for keeping green spaces open and the prevention of overcrowding of community facilities in North Torrance. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to discussion action items. Instructions to the public. Speakers wishing to address the board on agenda topics are permitted 3 minutes per topic. Total time granted for public input shall be limited to 30 minutes per topic. The board policies require that public presentation of the board comply with certain procedures, including items 2 through 4 listed in oral communications. Does anyone have any comments for the discussion action items?
There are no discussion items.
Very good. We now move to consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
I have a motion to approve consent items 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, and 19.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Terry said aye. Mark? Terry said aye?
Yes.
You said aye? All right. We just crashed through the consent agenda. Item 20, board calendar. If you take a look at our website, there's lots of information on the board calendar. Item 21, 21.1, report from Board Representative of Southern California Regional Occupation Association, Chicago Rock, Mr. Warners, and we did not have a meeting, so there's nothing to report. Other comments from the board? Let's start with Mr. Lee.
It's city election. City election June 5th, so be informed. I don't think, were we meeting before then?
Yes.
We are, okay, so I can do that again. Okay,
Yeah.
good, thanks.
Make sure you vote.
Yes.
I agree. Mrs. Deutsch.
I just wanted to thank Mrs. Wells and the fashion design students that conducted a fashion show on Friday. I attended that show. It was high school, and it was a very impressive group of talented designer students, and the models and just the whole production was very impressive. So I wanted to publicly thank Mrs. Wells from West High School.
Mrs. Deutsch,
Reagan.
Mrs. Reagan, do you have any comments?
I just wanted to point out that there was a resolution.
One moment, Terry.
Hey, don't turn your microphone.
Turn your microphone, getting appointed, everything
All
else.
right, there we go, go.
There we go.
Okay, I just wanted to point out that in the consent calendar, there was a resolution from the 20th to 26th that's Classified School Employees Week. Thank you, classified school employees. We appreciate your service to our kids. That's it.
Very good, thank you. Mr. Steffen?
Okay. Oh, I just wanted to acknowledge, the day of the teacher and and all the words that they said there. And thank you for all you do, as well as the classified as well. So hopefully you'll have a great time at Keegan's, and it'll all be good. All right.
My turn. I'd like to do the same. I'd like to thank all the teachers. I spent a special thank you out to my little brother, who's currently on his first day of a strike in Pueblo, Colorado. So I'm about as close to teaching as you can possibly get. We've been talking not quite hourly, but quite frequently during the day during this whole process. It's a little challenging. I'd also like to give my best wishes to everyone staring down AP tests. I've got 3 kids enrolled in our schools, 2 of which are taking AP tests. Stress is an all-time high in my household. It's an interesting experience, but I'm wishing the best to all the kids taking AP tests. I'm sure you're doing one of them as well, so good luck. That's it. Oh, Mr. Lee, I'm sorry.
Well, because since I live with a teacher, I had better acknowledge that it is the week of the teacher, and that, I certainly appreciate all the teachers at Torrance Unified, and I certainly appreciate my wife. So, thank you, teacher wife, and all the other teachers.
Very good. Like I said, I come from a long line of a mom, dad, aunts, uncles, brothers, sister-in-law, the whole 9 yards. Anyhow, move for adjournment. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second? Second? All in favor?
Aye.
We're done.
Gonna hang up, Ms. Reagan?
Yes, hang up.